Welcome to another video of Holland Pitching Company. Right now, I'm getting ready for Sunday morning league, and I don't want to be bad, so I'm preparing. I'm throwing a bullpen each week, and we're about 3-4 weeks out. Right now, I'm rolling out with a lacrosse ball, rolling out my tricep. Now my lat just a little bit. It's hard to roll out the lat, but what we're gonna really go through is really go through my whole routine of a non full-time baseball player. It'll be probably a little bit less than what it should be, but I'm also only throwing 1 to 2 times a week. There's no reason for me to go 30 plus minute warm up. Even for you, don't need a 30-minute warm up. Right now, I'm just rolling out the soft tissue in my rear delt. Earlier was my tricep, like I am just a little bit now. I just did my scap. I'll do it again, and I like bear hug, so I can really get it in there. It hurts. It hurts. Really just getting to those knots and trying to loosen that up a little bit. And then now my upper trap, which tend to dominate the throw. I've always had bigger traps, so more than likely, if you get sore traps, your trap overloads the throw, then your scap gets higher and all that stuff. It feels good. It feels good. You can do it to the other side if you want to even it out a little bit, but don't really need to do too much. Just to feel good. All your warm up is just feel good. Feel good so you can perform your best on the mound. If you're a guy that gets tired easy, probably shouldn't do a 20 plus minute warm up with 5 dynamic warm up drills. Probably literally just doing the warm up part where you're just doing bands, movement prep, maybe a sprint or two, or even just 1 to 2 dynamic stuff. That gets you pretty warm because as pitchers, we are bigger guys. At least you should be to an extent for some people. But all I'm doing right now is just rolling out, getting loose. Then I'm gonna head to my movement prep, which I'll move into the yoga room for that. Now I'm in my movement prep. This is also like 8:30 at night, so the later it is, the less like movement stuff you have to do, because if you wake up and you work out or you play baseball right away, you're gonna be tight. So you'd want to do a decent amount of movement prep, but you've already been moving around a lot during the day, so movement prep isn't super important, but still do like a little bit. Hit the stuff you need to hit. And I also did a mobility day this morning, so I'll just keep it very light on the movement. Just hit the stuff that I need to just like get the juices flowing a little bit. Like this is cows or camels, whatever people want to call them. If you can't control your pelvis, if you can't stabilize your pelvis, and while it's going from anterior to posterior, you're gonna have pretty tough issues with lower back health, hamstring health, and pitching, because your pelvis is very important when you're pitching as our hips rotate. If our hips go from, let's say, posterior to anterior, it's not gonna really work. Just getting the adductors firing a little bit. Again, catcher's deep squat. Pretty much just making sure I'm hitting all the points I need. Now a little T-spine. If you aren't working on your T-spine and you're a baseball pitcher, You just don't want to throw hard. I get it. You don't want to throw hard. That's fine. But if you want to throw hard, work on your T-spine. Now, what I like to call like a upper body dynamic warm up is just all like the arm circles, the Michael Phelps swimmers, just getting your arm moving fast, just something, maybe rotating. That's what I call upper body dynamic warm up. It's like start small, bigger, bigger. Doesn't have to be for a long amount of time. Just get the things firing. Now, Michael Phelps, or swimmers, whatever. These are kind of fun. I hope this isn't making so much noise with the mic moving back and forth. And then what I don't know what this is called. I just like the feel of this. Some field goals, Flappy Birds, whatever. And now I'll do some shoulder cars. Probably should have done this before the upper dynamic, but whatever, it gets me ready. It's not a big deal. It's where you probably want to hold something, but if not, that's fine. You hold a ball, and I forgot what cars stood for. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I just know how to do it. It's going around the entire shoulder joint at its max range. And I already did some of these today for my mobility, so I'm only doing 2. Usually I don't do mobility on a bullpen day, but things get busy. You don't have to keep everything perfect because nothing will ever be perfect when you're training year round. But I'm not training year round. Just life gets in the way sometimes. Now I'm heading into bands. I don't really do much with bands. I just make sure I get a decent pump. I'm just get my scaps going. Upper traps, feeling good. Just getting pump in the shoulders. Getting warm. That's all it is. I'll start off with upper rows. So like elbows to shoulder height rows. Do about 10 pretty much every single exercise I do. And I'll forget count like I did now. And I'll just stop whenever I want to. Then I'll do some face pulls into 90-degree external rotation. So face pull, external rotation face pull, like that. I think that's 7. I don't really do exactly 10. I just do what makes me feel good, and usually it's about 10. I try to get to 10 though. And after that, some A's, T's. Oh, these will tire you out. Y's. Yeah, and then if I want to, like today I will want to, I will do some external rotation stuff. So like external rotation, hybrid, or not hybrid, external rotation, shoulder abducted, external and internal. Shoulder, horizontal abduction, ISO holds. So like hold right here and try to push out or internal rotate for like hold it for like 5 seconds. One more. External. And then while I'm at it with these thicker bands, I'll do lower row so I get my lats more engaged because my lats don't feel great today. Now I'm doing weighted balls. If you don't like plyos, sorry, you're very close-minded. If you try them as a player, you'd understand they work. Now, if you had bad success with them in the past, your arm action was very bad, probably. Not very bad, it was bad, and then doing something that doesn't work for you, whether it's a baseball or heavier ball, it's not going to do good for you. What happens if you do a deadlift with terrible form at 500 pounds? It's going to hurt. What happens if you do deadlift with great form at 500 pounds? You'll be fine. If you have great form, and this can teach great form, but it can only do so much. Do stuff with a good form, you'll get better at it. No matter if it's a 2-pound ball, 1 pound, or 7 ounce, or 3 ounce. Just don't do something too much. Just like you shouldn't do, like I said, deadlift. You shouldn't do deadlift 6 times a week. So, am I saying don't do plyo balls 6 times a week? No. But can you like deadlift heavy twice a week at whatever your 80, 90% max is? And then the 4 other days, you do it at like 135. Yeah. Yeah. If you want good form, that's how you do it. If you want deadlift better, deadlift more. Simple. Reverse throws, I do 10 of them. I do it just like I do it with the 2-pounder. Just pulling like a lawnmower. Pulling like a lawnmower. Let the ball fall. Don't try to reach for it. You want it to land about head height, straight back. As I say that, I'm not letting the ball fall, but it's coming right back to me so I can catch it. I'm saying don't grab it if it gets you out of your mojo, your motion. If you stop your motion early so you can catch it, don't do that. One more. Hopefully that was 10. Now, I have 3 drills that I work on. Sometimes I'll add a 4th. Sometimes I won't even do a 3rd. But I do drills. You do drills so you could feel like the right things that happen in those drills that are prescribed for you, so you could feel what that feels like, and then do that when you do a regular throw. Because one of my drills is turn and burns, where I act like I'm a cutoff man throwing home, or shortstop, whatever. It's because I am very bad at rotating. I suck at rotation. I'm 5'8", and when I was playing 185, I couldn't touch 90. That means pretty bad at rotating. My front leg was good. You literally have to rotate your hips this way in order to throw the ball. You have to rotate. So if I can feel that, I'll do 3 with this and 3 with 7 ounce. If I do that 6 times, I'm pretty sure it'll do better when I'm out there throwing. The first one I do is back step, or back stomp, where I go up, down, kind of stomp a bit to feel my back leg engage, my butt muscles, hamstring, all that, because in order to rotate well, you can't just have dead legs. So I like to stomp, throw. And notice I'm not throwing this at 100%. I'm throwing it at, I probably threw that at like 65, 70%. Now when you do more and more drills throughout the whole plyo set, then you could do more, or you could go higher. But this is just a warm-up. Plyo balls are a warm-up. It's a warm-up. One more. Now the 7 ounce. So the ball I just threw was the blue drive line. That was 1 pound. The red ball, drive line, red drive line ball is 7 ounces. And I'm doing the same thing. You may think, as I'm off camera chasing this ball, you may think that the heavier the ball, the more stress on your arm, more hurt, more it's going to hurt. Wrong-o. There are studies that say, Jesus, hold on. There are studies that say the heavier the ball, the less stress on your arm. Again, like I said 2 minutes ago, you have bad form, it's going to hurt. Get good form. Figure it out. As I chase this ball again, now the next drill is turn and burns. And I'm going back to the blue drive line 1 pound ball. And this one I'm naturally going to throw harder. It's just like as if I'm cutting it off, trying to get the runner out of home quickly. Quick throw. I do 3 each ball. And if you tend to cut the ball, maybe get a change-up grip and throw your plyos like that. It's hard to cut it, or it's easy to cut a plyo ball if you do this, because it's very easy to get on the side, and the cushion can push it to where your arm goes or hand goes this way. I think that was 2. Yeah, 1 more. With that one, I was able to throw it like 5% harder because I'm getting warmed up. And then once you grab a baseball, it's freaking nothing. Feels like a feather. Feels like you're throwing it 10 miles per hour harder. 7 ounce red driveline ball. Same thing. 3 more. And I'll be chasing this every single time. 2 more. Again, plyos are a warm-up. Use it to your advantage. Plyos are a tool. Plyos are amazing. But if you have bad form, it can hurt you, but obviously the only person that can hurt you is you. So if something hurts, plyos, whenever you try them, I recommend just, stop doing them and figure out why it hurts. And then the next one, usually change up a bit. So I did back step, turn and burns. Now this one, what do I need to work on? Usually I do rockers first. I forgot about that one. I'll just do a angled roll-ins. Like that one, I cut that because my arm was late and my arm got low and on the side. Just separate earlier. That was a lot earlier, but still didn't feel right. That one felt a lot better. I didn't even try on that. 7 ouncer. The heavier the ball, the more you have to focus on this. Plyo balls add proprioception to your arm specifically. What that means is where your body is in time and space, your brain knows where it's at. So if you want to tell your arm to get here, you can tell it to get here. If you have bad proprioception training, it's going to be tough to get here a lot. So using different various weights will help you know where your arm is at in time and space a lot more. Let's just do one more. You see how I'm not sticking to a super structured, ritualistic routine? Now it's the close about every time I do the same thing, but if I needed to warm up in like 10 minutes, I could do it. Yes, MLB players have a structured routine. You aren't an MLB player though. High school, college baseball, tone it down a bit, just get warm. Now, I'm going to throw. Now, as I'm throwing, I don't have a partner, so I just got a bucket of balls, which a lot of you in the summer will have to deal with. Winter, whenever you don't got a partner. If you got a partner, be lucky. Now, I'm throwing into that net that's about 70 feet away, 80 feet away. I already threw plyos. No point to throw within 60 feet. No point. Now, if you have the yips, sure. No point. No point. And you can start really firing right away. You don't got to mess around with wasting 5 minutes throwing slow. Don't have to, because you already did that with plyos. And you worked on drills. So you just need to work on hit your partner in the chest. Work on feel for your pitches. You're just getting ready for the mound. Let's go. Like that feels like butter. And I haven't thrown in a week, more than a week. Jeez. Like I'm not even like I'm getting momentum, shuffling, but I'm not really trying to throw hard. And I need to get my arm lower. If I didn't have access to plyos ever, I want to be able to feel that and feel what's right and wrong. If I need to get my arm lower or what. Now I need to find a happy middle or get on time. And once I'm there, money. Like that. That felt good. Just all feeling about what feels good, what doesn't, and don't do what doesn't feel good. And do what feels good. Just not trying to be too perfect in catch play, except where you throw it. Let the arm be free. I'm a guy that I don't need a long toss on game day. The one thing I'm focusing on this off season is getting my front leg down faster and shortening my stride a little bit. And throwing strikes as usual. Like that was disgusting. Bows in the dirt. Whenever I see my arm's late, I mess up in the way all the time. All the time. Whenever I start feeling some like soreness or pain right here, that's when I know I'm getting like this instead of downhill or level. I'm getting too uphill. You need to get over that leg, so shorten the stride. If you go from, this is your original stride, you're gonna throw it like this. See how my hip dropped, and my knee went in, caved in. Shorten the stride. It's very hard to do this. Very much easier to rotate. When in doubt, if coaches tell you to really stride out, don't. You need to rotate. But everyone's different. Like now I'm starting to ramp it up. I don't need a lot of pitches on there because I'm not throwing 200 pitches, 400, 250 pitches. Now I'm about to start working on some pitches, maybe do a quick turn and burn, maybe. That felt good. That was that. Ooh, let's do it one more time. I'm throwing mainly two seams, so. When I do that drill, I throw harder. Do those drills that get you to throw harder. All I need is like 1 to 2 each on flat ground. Flat ground, just for feel. Don't ever worry about movement on flat ground. Now change. Like that, just getting it to my partner, getting the feel, figuring out if I have something or not today. Curveball. Chuck. Now, I am getting on the mound now. Sunday League, it's not the major leagues. I may or may not use sunscreen in games, sunscreen and rosin, but it doesn't give you that much of an advantage at all. What's my goal this bullpen? You should always ask yourself, what's your goal for the current bullpen you're going to throw, or you are throwing? For me, in order for me to throw more innings, throw more strikes, stay healthy. That's all I need. Because I got the junk, I got enough velo. I'm not blowing it by anyone, but I'm surprising people with my deception and junk I throw. Well, random 84, if I'm lucky. I'll also do drills once I get on the mound. The first one is also back stomp, or let's change it up. Instead of back stomp, turn and burn. Turn and burn, U dervishes, then wide stance. And I'll show you what they are. So turn and burn. Again, I use this so I can feel the rotation. Now I'm doing it on downhill so I can feel it on the downhill. I'll do about 2 to 3 depending on how they feel. Like that felt easy. Easy 80. Easy. See, that one was shit. Then I'll do one more just for feeling good. U dervishes. I stand on the left side of the mound too. Start my foot straight out. I go up, over. So I really feel getting into that back hit. And when I do that, I ride down the mound very well in this position. So that's why I do it, and that's why I have most people do it. Felt good. I'm going to move on to the next one. Wide stance pitch. So it's a wide stance, and you literally have to speed yourself up so you can get on time with your lower half. So it's going to look like this. Wide stance, a little leg lift, but you have to stay upright. You can't go back like this. You can't be catapulting. Shoulders level, little leg lift. Separate rush yourself to get on time. That's why I do it. Very quick. You have to capture momentum that's already going forward. Feel good. Not all the time. I do 3 every drill. All right. Throw 2 seams mostly. Don't really touch the 4 seam unless I'm trying to ride it up there. Or I'm getting inside to a righty. So, well, I always start with a 4 seam. Hello. I hope this mic isn't going crazy as I'm throwing. Now I'll throw another 4 seam. I'll try to get through the stretch quickly so I can get to the wind up and then get to what I need to do. That was my 2 seam. Just straight traditional. Fingers on the seams, that's all. And then I start with the changeup usually because it's the hardest grip to get to in my glove. Cutter now. It's crappy, but we'll move on. Still a strike. That one, I want to get inside because that's where it's most effective. Inside to I need to get a glove side. Inside to a righty. Change up on this one. That was a crappy one. I'll throw that one again. That was alright. It wasn't great. Curveball. Don't know why this ball's wet. Alright, feel good. I'm getting ready. Now, I got all my pitches now. Just try to hammer things I need to hammer. I'm acting like this is my warm-up as if I was going into the game right now. So what do I need to hammer? 2 seams for strikes. So I'll work on the 2 seam for strike right now. I'll count that. Sunday league, that's a strike. All day. All day. Change up. Get the first strike, then we'll move on. Again. You'll have days like this where it's just like, can't get it. That's where you just have to have trust. Trust yourself, process, everything. Change up. One more time. It's just adjusting the seams probably. It's nothing crazy usually. I got it by the zone at least. Now cut piece. This one, I want to get inside to a righty. Right at their knees to mid thigh. Whenever I miss, I usually miss outside. Like that. So now, try to get that, hit that spot. Same spot again. Now, if it's acting like that, I'm just right there. I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. I'll find it in game. I don't want to waste too many bullets. I'll just finish with a 4 seam and then get ready for some simulated batters. All right, I'm ready for first inning sim. Just gotta rousing up a bit. I treat everything like the game. So if I use rosin in game, I use it in practice. Now I'll do my 8 warm-ups. I probably don't even get to 8, honestly. I'd rather just save the bullets. I'll get up here. You know the drill. four seam. Just get it nice and easy. Feel that mound. Honestly, I think all my pitches are almost equal. It's just if my changeup's on, it's the best. Secondary, easy. Then I move to my other pitches. What was that? Second pitch? Yeah. Now inside to righty. Yeah, it was inside. That was what, 3 pitches. Go in the windup. That was better. That was better. Better changeup. Changeup ain't on today. But we'll get through it. All right. Just start them off. Get strikes. I'll do mainly fastballs first batter just to make sure I get strikes. Only in practice I do that. Two seam. That's where I miss. Watch out, lefties. If I threw 98, I would have murdered a lefty by now. I'm serious. Oh, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Another looking fastball. I'm going another two seam. Could have taken it or swung at it. And could have been a barrel. Who knows? You'd be surprised how many people swing and miss down the middle. Or take down the middle. You'd be surprised. 1-1. Now he's ready to swing. We'll give him a cutter, and I will land it inside. Yeah, on the hands. 1-2. It's either a strike or he got jammed, and he's out. And so he's got to worry about inside. I'm going to slow him down a bit with a little change piece. That beauty. Slowed my arm down, but that's what it takes to make it look like that, then sure, I'll do it. Strike 3. Second batter. Start him off with cutter in. Again, see if he can roll over. Very possible that could have hung up. Inside. Nah. Let's go change up. Change up. Say he took that. That was gross. He took it. As you see me going through this, I tunnel very well. That's what I do. I tunnel. I have to because if I don't, I'm easy to hit. Slow pitchers get hit pretty easy. Unless you tunnel and you're deceptive and your timing gets the hitters off. I'm not talking about the double pump. No. These pitches get timing off. 1-1. He's looking fastball. Going cutter again. That's a swing and miss. Or roll over third base. 1-2. Everything's been in the zone, then out. Or in. Let's get something that's, let's throw a four seam up. Or I can let a two seam ride. I'll have a four seam ride. Swing and miss. That's where I throw the four seam in. Very randomly I do it. 2 outs. I'm not afraid of the 3-hitter. Cutter in. Swing and miss or ground out. Every single time. They gotta be sitting on that and keep their hands in. They have to. Those cutter in. Now I'm doing two seam, letting it rip away. I'm looking middle with the two seam, just letting it go. That's probably a swing and miss with how much that goes down, or it's a ground out. You notice how I'm only pitching to certain spots. I'm not trying. The only thing I'm trying to do is high four seam or cutter inside. That's the only time I'm trying to do it. And what's that? 0-2? Yeah, 0-2. Maybe I'll try high four seam. I haven't even thrown a curveball. But why chase that? Why chase it? Let's go four seam up. That's how you do that. Three up, three down. Back in third inning. No, not third. Second inning. Jeez. Second inning. This is when velo usually drops for most pitchers. Is the first inning to the second inning. Some can hold it from first, second, and then after that it drops. But usually for me, as a 26-year-old Sunday League pitcher, velo's gonna drop from inning 1 to 2. So just gonna work on not trying to throw hard every pitch. All right, inning number 2. I'll probably only do 2 innings today. Let's just say this is a lefty. Let's go first pitch, curveball. Strike. This is a shitty, poopy curveball. Now he's got that little hanger, you noticed. Now I will want to go pretty much anything here. Just don't hang another curveball. Maybe. I'll actually just throw a nastier curveball. I'll throw it harder, nastier. That's how you freaking execute a get me over curveball and a wipe out curveball. That's how you execute that. I can throw anything here. The only thing I don't want to throw is a changeup because I don't want to get out in front and then it's low and you can just hit it. Probably just get two seam, let it rip. Hopefully it doesn't hit him. If he did hit that, he's fouling that into the third base dugout. So let's just say he fouled that off. Super late. Curveball. Ride him again. Now let's do changeup. Let's do changeup. That's what happens when I get too picky. 1-2. He took that easy. Now he's looking for a pitch that's starting in or a curveball that's at him. Throw it again. Changeup. That's strike 3. That's hitting his back freaking foot. That's hitting his back foot. Let's go. Righty up. 1 out. Start with the cutter inside. Strike. It's up and in. 1. Change up. Strike 2. Or he's swinging and missing on that. Wasn't the best change up, but still threw it. Now, I want to start this out to in. I want to try and get this to go right at the hitter for a 2-seam. So it can go right back into the strike zone. Start at the hitter, goes right back in. If I miss with this, it's down the middle. But there's a reason I'm going to let it rip. Good thing when I let it rip, it goes outside and away. Just say you fouled that off. What I throw before that change up. He could have swung and missed at that because I tunneled that. Kinda. But anyways, let's try the 2-seam again. Or, never mind, tunnel that with a curveball. For 1-2. Back foot. Strike 3. I'm doing this sequencing because I know what works for me. What doesn't. What doesn't work for me is throwing 3 straight fastballs. That won't work against good hitters. It won't. What will work against good hitters? Sequencing, changing up speeds, surprising them. That's all pitching is. if you don't throw 98. New batter, righty. I'm going to start him with the inside two seam. Try to get him back off. Yeah, it's inside. Ball one. If he's tall, that's a strike, but let's call it a ball. Say it's a decent ump today. Ball one. 1-0. He's looking for a pitch where he wants, but I am throwing a pitch that's hard to hit, in my opinion. Change up. Probably took that. Unless he was looking for inside fastball, but I doubt it. 2-0. This is where it gets tricky. I'm not going to give him a meatball. I'll throw cutter in. Strike. 2-1. Now, do not want to get this 3-1. Do not want to get this 3-1. 2-1. I'll throw a four seam. Or, curveball. So I can land this. That was exactly what I wanted. He ain't hitting that. He's taking it all day. Now I've just thrown out the in pitch from the left side, a in to out pitch for the cutter. I've thrown a in to out, probably more out for the changeup. And then I think that's it. Or I forgot a pitch, but I've thrown a lot. I've thrown an in and out, and then an out to in. He doesn't know what's coming. But what landed perfectly was that curveball. What should I throw now? 2-2. I don't want to get 3-2. I'm throwing a two seam, letting it rip. My two seam moves a lot that way, a little bit this way, but more that way. Just letting it go. And this will be my last pitch. So if it's your last pitch, probably just rip it. Just rip it. Backed him up. Say it's a ball. 3-2. What am I confident in? I am confident in my changeup. Actually, no. Cutter. That's the pitch I'm most confident in. Did I just jinx myself? Maybe. Cutter. On the hands. Exactly what I wanted. That ball dropped and cut. It was a hard baby slider, cutter. Call it a slugger. It's funny. Exactly what I wanted. He is swinging all day. And that is my bullpen day. I don't do arm care right after. I just do it whenever I work out next, which is probably tomorrow. I'll do it right at the beginning of my workout after my warm-up. It's not complicated, but it's simple. Or, I don't know the saying. It's simple. It's a little complicated. Pitching is so complicated, it's simple. That's the only way I can describe pitching. I don't throw 90, but I'll be blowing by guys this summer. Just because I'll be changing up speeds, going from literally my curveball probably 70, and then I'll get my two seam, four seam up to 83, 84, and then maybe 85 if I'm on a good day. 50 mile per hour difference in the men's league. I think it's pretty good. I don't care if it's men's league or MLB. Gotta mix up timing. Gotta do what you need to do. And if you went all the way through this video watching this, I applaud you. But that is what a routine looks like. If yours doesn't look like that, and it looks worse than that, or there's less stuff than that, I would be concerned because you're not doing enough. I totally recommend adding in some of the stuff I did. And if you have questions, or if you want to work with me, I make remote training programs, and we can work in person. I do throwing, strength, arm care. I've worked with several D1 level pitchers that have gone up to 98, and the D1 pitchers that's thrown as hard as 83. I swear. That was another episode of Holland Pitching Co. Signing off.